Yeah.
My name is Brett Mason. I'm 13, and I get good grades. I get A's and B's, and I have a loud voice, and I'm a very good writer, and I have good ideas. And I want to be the advisory leader because I can change things in advisory.
Give some examples.
Like, longer advisory.
Longer advisory periods? What else? Anything else?
Longer for segment. And that's about it in advisory.
Say thank you then.
Thank you.
Give him a hand clap. Tell the next person to come on in. Why is it?
Hello, my name is Josh Dawson. I'd like to be your advisory leader. I get good grades. I participate in after-school activities, and I like to have power. And
Explain why you like power.
12 years old, and that's it.
Give him a hand clap. You pick up every scrap of paper and you throw your gum away, and I don't want to see you throwing anything else in this room. I'm going over there and sit down, Abraham. Told you about acting like a kindergartner. Okay, I got it on standby.
I'm Lakeisha Brown. I want to be president of my advisory because I think I can help other students. I will be a good help. I'm 13 years old. My old school
Louder.
is Charles C. Colton on Bridgeton Road in Bridgeport. My favorite teacher is Mrs. Hushia and Mr. Slatty. I believe I will be a good leader of the advisory. I can give good advice to other students. I am not an irresponsible person. Please vote for this while.
Okay, give her a hand clap. Looks like she thought about what she had to say.
Hi, my name is Tina Olszewski. I'm 14 years old. I am a good student. I get good grades. And I want to be your advisory leader because I think I do a good job.
Explain how you do a good job and why. Tell them some of the things you like to see happening. What would you do? Are there any questions from the audience?
I would make sure that everyone got along with everyone else and that nobody would be making fun of anybody.
That's a good one. Give her a hand clap. Okay. Everybody ready now? Okay, Okay, today what we're going to do, class, is just discuss some of the things that we've already gone over during our Hispanic Heritage studies. And how many of you feel like you're more knowledgeable of Hispanic Heritage than you were before we even started on this? Okay, well, maybe we can just discuss that and give a few, and you can give me a few ideas. But one thing I think I want to do is I want to just begin by just opening up the discussion for things that you thought were most interesting. So that's the kind of thing I want to hear. You already know that Hispanics were here long before the Anglo settlers came, and that there are a lot of things happened that you are now aware of. So we're going to talk about those things. Let's just open it up for a regular discussion. Let's hear who can tell me what they thought was most interesting. Okay, Patrick?
What I thought was most interesting, I didn't know that Hispanic is a word, is an umbrella term using to describe similar languages, cultures, and religions. I thought Hispanic was talking about Mexican, but that's not true. That's what I thought most interesting about our lessons.
Okay. So you thought Hispanics were what again?
Hispanics, I thought Hispanics were mostly Mexicans, but that's not true.
Okay, and that's not, if you say you thought they were mostly, only Mexicans were Hispanics,
yeah.
then that's not true. Well, what do you think is true? What did you find out?
I found out that Hispanic is an unbetter term, using to describe different cultures, religions, and languages.
Okay, good. What else, can anybody else add anything to that? Okay.
I didn't know that when Hispanics, they didn't come from just Mexico. They came from other places like Cuba, El Salvador, Central America, Brazil,
Yes?
Mexico, and many other places.
Okay, can anybody think of any other places that Hispanics come from to America? From where?
Spain.
From Spain. Can anybody think of any states that we left, any countries that we left out? Did we say Puerto Rico?
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
Okay. And first of all, what is do we know what a Hispanic is? Have we already established that? Does everybody understand what a Hispanic is? Okay. And Patrick talked about Mexicans, and he said he thought they were the only Hispanics. Tell me, what is a Mexican? What is a Mexican? How do we get the Mexican American? What happened? Anybody remember? Think about that. How do we get the Mexican American? Think from a long time ago. Remember we said that, who was here in America first?
The Indians.
Okay, go ahead with that,
Came
Prince.
from when the people from Europe came to America, and the Europeans married the Indians. Then they had babies.
Okay, is that right, group? Did the Europeans marry the Indians? Were the Europeans the one that married the Indians? The Spaniards, the Spanish explorers, right?
Quick. What? I did that. You make it quick.
Okay, turn the tape off. I see you tomorrow. Okay, and you people want to just leave this tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, class, what we're going to do in our discussion today is just briefly take some time to discuss some of the things that we've been studying for Hispanic Heritage. And I want you to take a minute to reflect back on some of the things that you learned and some of the things that you may have perhaps been surprised to find out about. And I want to share those events, for you to share those events with the rest of the group. Okay, can somebody tell me maybe the most surprising thing that that they found out about that they would like to share with us, or the most interesting thing? Just think about it for a minute and tell me what you thought was most interesting about our study when we studied Hispanics. Any event or a person or any happening, and then just let us know what you'd like to share with us, okay? Okay, I see you have your hand up, Lucas. Okay, go ahead, Lucas.
See your child?
Yeah, keep your voice loud enough so everybody can hear you. Push it off. You did the same thing you did. Okay, what we're going to do today, class, is basically have a little short discussion on some of the things that we've already studied. And we've been studying about Hispanics. And so what we're going to do, I want you to take a few minutes of buzz time to talk it over with the person next to you or the one in the group, your partner next to you. I want you to think about one of the most interesting things that you have found out since we've studied Hispanics. Maybe some of the things that you thought you knew that weren't right, or some questions that you had and then you later found out that it was right. I want you to do that right now. So just take a second of buzz time, think about it, and just talk it over for a minute with the person next to you. And then when you know that you have an idea in mind that you want to share, raise your hand. Okay? Okay. I see some heads nodding, so I think you might be. All right, is everybody ready now? Okay. Let's share. What's some of the things that you thought were interesting? Can somebody name one thing that they thought was most interesting during the study, or something that they were surprised to find out? And Bernard, I think I saw your hand first, so could we get a response from you, please?
The Mexicans dancing during their festivals and stuff.
Okay, so you enjoyed the Mexican dance during the festivals, and we did. We had Angela doing the Mexican dance for us, and the one with Patrick. That was very interesting. Yes, Shante, did you want to add something to it?
Yeah, I like to say I had like heard when they fought for their rights.
When Mexicans fought for their rights?
Yep.
Okay, and what were some of the rights that they were fighting for?
Equal equality and justice.
Equality, justice, what else, Bernard?
Better pay in the working field.
Right, better pay. And when you talk about equality, justice, and some of the things that they were fighting for, does any other person come in mind as some of the leaders or some of the people that helped them? Teresa?
Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez, okay, would you tell us something about him?
Cesar Chavez formed an organization called the National Farmers Association so that migrant people could get better health conditions and more money.
Okay, good. Did anybody want to add anything else to that? I saw some other hands. Angela?
Cesar Chavez had a hard life though.
Cesar Chavez did have a hard life. You want to tell us something about him?
Well, when he was a little boy, he attended more than 36 schools by the time he reached the 8th grade.
More than 36 schools. That's a lot of schools. Did anybody else want to add anything else? Yes.
When Cesar Chavez speak to Spanish in his classes, or during recess if he was caught speaking in the Spanish language, he'd get his knuckles slapped with the
Right.
whip.
Now, how would you feel if that were, has anybody ever had a similar experience like that? Because he was speaking in his natural language, he got his knuckles smashed, didn't he? Okay. Does that remind you of any other story that we've read? Any other story that we read? What story have we read that reminds you of Cesar Chavez? I don't think I've heard from you, Lakeisha.
Barrio Boy.
Barrio Boy. Does anybody remember who wrote that story? Jason, I haven't heard from you.
Ernesto Galarza.
That's right, Ernesto Galarza. Jonathan?
Well, in that story, Barrio Boy, he got treated good when he went to a school. The teachers tried to help him learn his language, and they let him speak Spanish. But it was opposite in Cesar Chavez's life.
Right, so what Jonathan's doing is he's comparing and contrasting the difference in their lives. And in Barrio Boy, was he spanked on his knuckles?
No, never.
Okay, so were there other people there that spoke the same language that he did, or had the same problems he did, Andrew?
Yeah, there's always a teacher there, so if he needed help, they would help him with this.
Okay, Shante, what did you want to ask that?
And then the school you went to, more different kind of kids, also from different kind of worlds, like needed help in speaking their kind of language.
Right, that's a very good point. The fact that there were other students that were bilingual at the building that at the school building that he went to. And we found out something else too when we were talking about speaking a new language or English as your second language.